Hi, everyone. My name is Gavin Gray. I am part of Team Lockhaven, and our project we want to demonstrate today is the Healthcare AI Assistant. For idea for this project is for somebody that doesn't really know much about healthcare or really what questions to ask, or even just dealing with nurses and getting in front of it. We wanted a way for an individual to put in their symptoms and find local providers. With that, we came up with our project. For our basis of our AI, we used Gemini to follow in with our categories. But more or less, the importance of this is to show the code. We have very basic, grab the API key from our environment file, configure it, with the most important thing being our prompt. We actually use something called optimal prompting. Optimal prompting is what decides how our AI responds. We did a bunch of pre-prompting to make sure that when that response comes out, it is structured in a certain way, it is answering in a certain way, to where we can both use that later on for different actual assignments, but we can also have a very predictable, reliable source. Outside of that, everything else is just definitions we call later into the Flask, but this is more or less how we handled our AI setup. With that, the actual response from the AI gets directly fed into Get Healthcare. So after you give your symptoms and the AI decides what taxonomy you belong to or what taxonomy you believes you should be treated under, it gets sent here. This is our web scraper. This allows us to put in the postal code from the original user submission and the taxonomy the AI decides to find local providers within the field of whatever you may be searching for. So prime example we'll be showing later is gastrology. You put in your location, say if you're located within the Harrisburg region, so 17022. With the taxonomy of gastrology, what this is going to do is look at that location, find gastrologists in that location, and output their data to where users can actually reach out to them personally. And so that's how we have it set up. As we're looking down here, we can see a lot of it because originally this is posted into a dictionary. So most of what we're doing in this file at this point is setting it up to where when this gets outputted on our actual homepage, it looks nice, it looks neat. Finally, going to the actual homepage itself, this is run by a Flask back end. One of our group members is a front end developer. So for him, we're all back end. We needed a way to communicate and work together to where we can actually use all of our skills. And this is what we came up with. Honestly, very successful. As you see later, it's a very nice homepage we have set up. Outside of that, it's just a lot of inputting data from different origins, making sure the um, text is formatted correctly. The biggest issue with this whole project is making sure text is in certain data types while also being formatted correctly to get the proper outputs. So finally, we're going to move right into the demonstration. We have everything then going back into a main section, just so when the initial run up, so the AI gets run up first. That way we don't have any issues with um, the slow times. Python can be slow, so having a Python backend can be a little slow at times, but I believe we made an actual very fast, fast for the most part for what we did. Outside of this, please note, this is not a Mac professional. Do not take advice from robots. Outside of that, let me just we'll show a few things. So 1687. This is up by Penn State. Stomach pain, uh, gas, and then you can really put as many symptoms as you want in here. The more, the better. But as we do this, this will produce gastrology, and with that, this will produce everyone in the region that is under that gastrology branch. And we believe this will be an easier way for people to actually get a hold of different members of the medical field. Outside of that, well, what about other questions? So like, what is 9 plus 10? We also hard coded in here too to make sure that anything that is not within the healthcare scope immediately gets errored out. That way, this bot is meant for one thing and does it very well. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.